What's up everybody, the Blue Fang here, and today I'm back with another what if, which I've been thinking about for a long time. So this video will be basically on what I think would happen if Naruto had a stand. So if you haven't watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or don't know what a stand is, I'll explain it in the background information part of this video, so don't worry. I really like the idea of Naruto having a stand since it's one of the best power systems in anime alongside Nen, which I might do a video on what if Naruto had Nen soon as well. But the like goal for today's video will be 200 likes for the next part. So before I get into the background information, subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and turn on bell notifications. So if no further ado, let's get into the video. So like I said before, I'll explain what a stand is if you don't know anything about it. Now a stand is a physical manifestation of a person's fighting spirit. It's basically based on someone's personality as well, and it could take shape in absolute anything. Stands will have different abilities as well, so for a stand Naruto will have, it would be based on his personality, fighting spirit, and overall how strong his will is. The stand also might be based on the Uzumaki clan as well, so it could be really interesting. Also, non-stand users can't see stands, but in this what if, I'll let the verse be able to sense the stand, or if a dojutsu user like Kakashi or Neji uses their dojutsu, they'll be able to see the stand because of their special eyes. Another thing that would be in this what if would be that non-stand users can still hurt Naruto's stand just to make it fair. Now that I've gone through the background information, let's just get right into this real story. Like in the original, Naruto would be rejected by the village, while he would also be made fun of his lack of chakra control. But something only Naruto knows would occur rarely. It would usually come out of his hands in a silver chain-like appearance. When this would happen, Naruto could feel some entity of chakra, like a person only made up of chakra. He didn't tell anyone about these occurrences because they would only come out rarely. Naruto always thought that this power would fully come out if he had trained more often, and if he does train and master whatever this power is, he could become the Hokage in no time. So over his childhood years, Naruto trained and motivated himself to have a strong enough will to use this strange power. At this point of time, the graduation exams would come, and he would be tasked to create a clone. But before he tries the jutsu, he tells Hiruzen he has something to show him in Iruka. Naruto grins while he tells them, and Hiruzen seems interested, but Iruka just thinks it's some prank that Naruto's up to again. Hiruzen nods at Naruto, then says that he could show whatever he wants to show him. Naruto nods his head as well and gets ready. He stretches out both of his arms and looks directly at both Hiruzen and Iruka. From a corner, Mizuki watches on, interested as well in what Naruto is up to. Naruto then starts, and two arms wrapped in chains come from the back of himself. Naruto grins and decides to ask them if they think this is cool. Iruka, Hiruzen, and Mizuki all look confused on what Naruto is doing. Naruto starts moving his two additional arms, trying to show them off to everyone else, not knowing that no one could see them. The class behind him watching all laugh at him, while Iruka starts to shout at Naruto, asking him why he just wasted their time for nothing. Naruto is now confused and wondering why everyone else can't see his strange ability. Hiruzen stays quiet though, as he could kind of feel some weird chakra coming from Naruto, and he knows this isn't from the Nine Tails as it feels way more different than its chakra. Naruto puts away his strange ability and just starts the graduation exams, which ends up with him failing. Naruto is pretty saddened by the fact that no one could see his ability, and now he can't even become a genin as well. But a while later, Mizuki walks up to Naruto, and knowing that he's pretty depressed and desperate at the moment, he tells Naruto about the scroll stealing, and which, like in the original, Naruto goes to steal it. We cut to once Naruto gets the scroll and he learns the multi-shadowed clone jutsu more quickly than in the original. The reason for this is because of the training he was doing over the years, which makes it more comfortable for him to master the jutsu. So in the time he had finished learning shadow clones, he starts to test out his strange ability that looks like it only appears to him. Naruto summons the stand, and as he sees its appearance, he realizes that this is the first time he has seen his ability's true form, which shocks him a bit. His stand has a humanoid appearance, which is wrapped in multiple chains from head to toe. It also has no eyes, as chains that have wrapped around the head as well. The hands of the stand have blades strapped to it, and if he is able to stab his enemies with the blade, he is able to absorb their chakra into the stand, which in the middle of the stand's body, it has a hole which would be used to store chakra in it. If Naruto is able to master his stand, he could be able to make the range of it more further than it originally is meant out to be, which could make the blades on its hands more lethal. Naruto is also able to make the chains on the stand latch off of the main body, which Naruto could use as a weapon in his own hands. I'll probably explain more of its abilities as the series goes on, but at the moment Naruto practices the strength and speed of his stand. The strength is pretty good but not too strong, but if Naruto is able to absorb enough chakra in it, he could make it way stronger. The speed is really good as the stand's literally made out of chains, which makes it good at lashing out at opponents. As Naruto continues to train, Iruka finds him and tells him to give the scroll back. Naruto grins as he sees Iruka and chuckles as he tells him he learned how to make a shadow clone. As Iruka goes to ask Naruto to make a clone, a shuriken comes out of nowhere and nearly hits him. Both Iruka and Naruto jump out of the way, waiting for more incoming attacks. And as they do dodge, they see Mizuki holding a giant shuriken in his hands. The both of them are shocked, but Mizuki quickly tells them his plans, which angers Naruto. Naruto then tells Iruka to step back and let him show Iruka what else he had learned. Mizuki laughs at this and tells Naruto to come right at him. Naruto then dashes at Mizuki while summoning his stand at the same time. He tries to get closer since his stand's range is pretty small at the moment. Once he does get closer, Mizuki gets ready to attack, but as he goes to swing his shuriken, Naruto uses his stand to catch it with his chains. Mizuki sees the shuriken getting stopped for some reason that he can't even see, which freaks him out a bit. He then shouts to Naruto, asking him if this is the power of that demon fox he has within them. This shocks Naruto, which makes him lose his grip on the shuriken, making Mizuki get it back in his grasp. Mizuki then goes to attack Naruto, but Iruka comes out to protect them, taking the shuriken into himself, saving Naruto. Naruto looks up and is surprised at what Iruka is doing. Like in the original, Iruka says how he acknowledges Naruto, which motivates Naruto, pushing him to completely use his full strength against Mizuki. Naruto summons multiple shadow clones and then summons his partially formed stand onto each one of his clones. The clones only have the chain blade part of the stand, not the humanoid part. The reason for that is because it uses up too much chakra, but it's still good anyway. Naruto then unleashes all of his clones at Mizuki, and some of them stab the stand's blade into him, slowly taking away his chakra. This makes Mizuki unable to move since he feels more tired as his chakra is gone. The clones then disappear, and as Mizuki falls onto the ground, he wonders how Naruto even did any of that since, like I said before, he can't see the stand. Iruka is confused as well, but he's just happy Mizuki is defeated. Naruto smiles at his win that he had just gotten and helps Iruka up. A while later, he does his new learned shadow clone technique, making him become a genin since Iruka had approved of it. Also, in the comments, you can go down and try to think of a good stand name that Naruto should give to it. If there's not that many good ones, I'll try to think of one myself, but I believe you guys can really pick a good stand name. So now we cut to once the genin teams are made. The same Team 7 members will be made together like in the original, and the reason for Naruto not being split up from Sasuke is because everyone else can't see his powerful ability, so they don't really know he's pretty strong for his age with his stand. They go through their introductions once they meet Kakashi, and then once they do that, they head on to the belt test. Sasuke and Sakura don't really trust Naruto all that much because of what he did in front of the class, making himself look like such a joke, so they don't try to work with him. But this doesn't matter to Naruto since he's the first one to run at Kakashi since he's too impatient. He summons his stand as soon as he's running and charges at Kakashi. Kakashi doesn't notice it, but he can kind of feel the energy coming from it, which alerts Kakashi. As Naruto gets close, he lets the stand attack Kakashi with a barrage of punches, trying to let one of the blades on the hands to attach to Kakashi. The stand is able to make contact with him, shocking Kakashi since Naruto is not even an arm's length near him. But he then starts to run at Naruto to go for a kick, but as he does, Naruto's stand catches Kakashi's leg, then wraps the chains around it, grasping Kakashi's leg into the stand's grip. Naruto smiles at this while quietly chuckling. Kakashi wonders if this is related to a genjutsu, so he decides to actually check it out with his Sharingan. When he pulls off his headband from his eye, everyone in Team 7 is shocked to see Kakashi's Sharingan that he had been hiding. Sasuke wonders where he would have gotten it from, but he watches on for what Naruto or Kakashi is going to do. Kakashi looks down at his leg to see transparent silver chains wrapped around it. He can't clearly see the stand, but he could shape it out. He wonders where Naruto learned this jutsu from because he had never seen it before. Naruto then stops standing around and uses the chains to slither up to Kakashi's hip to grab a bell. It was really quick, which gave Kakashi no time to react since he's still wrapped in the chains. As Naruto tries to make the stand's chains to come back towards him to get the bell in his own hands, Sasuke uses this as a chance to get the other bell, while he's also confused on why the bell Naruto is getting is moving by itself. Kakashi is shocked by everything that is going on, but he then punches the chain that is wrapped on his leg, which slightly damages Naruto. The bell then drops back into Kakashi's hands, but as Naruto is pushed backwards, he smiles at something. Kakashi is confused on why Naruto is smiling, but as Kakashi stands there, Naruto's stand has used its other arm to slither under Kakashi and go behind his back. Kakashi doesn't notice this, but as Sasuke comes out of nowhere as well to try to get the bell, Kakashi dodges, but then the stand swiftly takes the bell out of Kakashi's hands and it comes back into Naruto's grasp. Naruto grins at this, and Kakashi just thinks that he needs to find out more about whatever Naruto's ability is. And that's where I'm gonna end off for today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to get this video to 200 likes for the next part. Don't worry, I'll be making more abilities for Naruto's stand, and you guys could help out as well by putting some suggestions in the comments. But please don't say time stop. It's a pretty basic ability and I'm looking for some creative ones. If you do give a creative one, I'll of course shout you out. So like always, subscribe if you're new, hit that like button and turn on bell notifications. It's been the Blue Fang, peace. 僕がキラだ